Hi, my name is Jennifer Lopez, and I am a doctoral student at the University of Houston in Clear Lake. My dissertation topic is generational differences in technology, proficiency, self-efficacy, and grit in the workplace. My research problem is the generational differences in technology proficiency is affecting their employees' performance in the workplace. Generational differences in technology, self-efficacy, and grit is not known by the employer, and this makes it difficult for companies to know how to better onboard and train multi-generational employees, especially now since COVID, and many employees are remote workers and they're hired as remote workers. So employees really need to know the level of self-efficacy and technology proficiency that their employees or prospect employees have before, so they can better onboard them and get them in the right direction. The recruiting and hiring process is lengthy, and to go through all of that and then not be able to retain that employee because of technology frustrations is very expensive for companies. My literature review is going to focus on the following areas: technology proficiency, self-efficacy, grit, and digital immigrants versus digital natives. The purpose of this study is to compare grit and technology proficiency between digital natives and digital immigrants at an accounting firm in an urban area. And my research question is going to be, what is the relationship between grit and technology proficiency for digital natives and digital immigrants? The research design I'm using is the explanatory sequential design based on technology proficiencies and grit findings in surveys. I will use those findings to conduct interviews with participants. My population are all accountants, and my sample are 40 full-time employees at a local accounting firm in Houston, Texas. The instrumentation that I'll be using is the technology proficiency self-assessment. It was developed by ROP in 1999. Its reliability estimates using the Cronbach's alpha is alpha 0.73 for email to alpha 0.87 for integrated applications. To test the validity was tested using studies from 1999 and 2000 from classroom teacher data from Texas. It was initially developed in 1999 and it was refined in 2000 by Christensen, Knezik, and ROP. The updated survey measures 4 types of technology proficiencies using electronic mail, using the World Wide Web, using technology applications, and teaching with technology. The second instrumentation is going to be the short grit scale. It's called Grit S. The original grit scale was scale O, and it was developed in 2007. And the short grit scale, which is scale S, was developed in 2009. They were both created by Angela Duckworth. Grit S, the one in 2009, has 4 fewer items than the original. And it was developed using 6 separate studies. For data collection, I will do the following: obtain email addresses for the participants, load my 2 surveys into Qualtrics Inc., and Qualtrics Inc. will generate an anonymous link. I will then email that link to the survey participants. 2 weeks from that initial email, I will send a reminder to participants to take the surveys. Upon completing the surveys, I will request for volunteers for my interviews. For my data analysis, to determine if there is a relation between grit and technology proficiency, a Pearson's R correlation coefficient will be calculated for digital immigrants and digital natives. The ethical considerations I'll be using, I will gain approval from the University of Houston Clear Lakes, CPHS, and the IRB. Participants will receive a cover letter. Confidentiality will be maintained by using pseudonyms through the study for the participants. Data will be stored in password protected digital file. During the research period, it'll be on my personal laptop at home. After the study is completed, the data will be kept password protected for 5 years and then destroyed. My research limitations. First one is a sample size. Since I am doing a study in an accounting firm that has one location, the sample size will limit me to just the accountants that I work with. Location of the study is in an urban neighborhood in Houston. And so my research limitation will be just that part of Houston, not the entire city or the state of Texas. Another research limitation will be self-report. You could have participants that give biased opinions or catch them on a bad day, or maybe they're trying to answer it correctly. It's whatever they want to say. So you could get a range of answers. And my last research limitation is unequal sample size. The majority of employees are women. We do have some men, but the ratio is very uneven. So that could be a potential research limitation. Thank you.